It was the preliminaries for the 400-meter runs for both the men and the women here in day one of the 2024 Horizon League Indoor Track and Field Championships. Jonas Morse of Purdue-Fort Wayne, your fastest qualifier on the men's side, with a time of 48.91 seconds, just 0.03 of a second quicker than Caleb Henry of Milwaukee, who came in with a time of 48.94 seconds. Then to round out the rest of the top 8 heading into tomorrow's final on the men's side, Justice Stewart of Oakland, Nate Lewins of Youngstown State, Zachary Schmidt of Milwaukee, Harry Barton of Youngstown State, Antonio Talley of Detroit Mercy, and Hunter Thompson of Wright State, rounding out the top 8 qualifiers on the men's side. As you take a look once again at Jonas Morse clocking in the fastest qualifying time. Then when we take a look at our women's side of the 400-meter preliminaries, it was Natalie Block. Who else? The 2024 Alfreda Goff Indoor Track and Field Women's Athlete of the Year with the fastest qualifying time of 55.81 seconds. Andrea Armstrong of Northern Kentucky, her second fastest qualifier, with a time of 57.12 seconds. Juliana Page Daughtry of Robert Morris with a time of 57.18 seconds for the third fastest qualifier. And then Katie Burns of Milwaukee, Grace Hungerford of Oakland, Leah Hanshu of Milwaukee, Melody Harloff of Youngstown State, and Cassie Jordan of Purdue-Fort Wayne round out your top 8 qualifiers for tomorrow's women's 400-meter final, which will take place here inside the Watts on the campus of Youngstown State University. In the 60-meter preliminaries, first on the men's side, it was Ty Hunt for Youngstown State with the fastest qualifying time of 6.79 seconds, 0.04 of a second faster than the second fastest qualifier in Golden Cotton of Milwaukee, who had a time of 6.83 seconds. Ezra Llewellyn of Purdue-Fort Wayne rounded out the top 3, and then it was 3 Youngstown State Penguins going 4.56, Demir Steven Stewart, Christian Ford, and Jalen G. And rounding out the top 8, E.J. Cruz from Milwaukee and Isaiah Smith from Purdue-Fort Wayne. And now on the women's side, it was Dominique Thomas from Milwaukee, the fastest qualifier, a 10th quicker than Jaye Reed of Purdue-Fort Wayne. And then Sincere Cunningham of Youngstown State, Madupe Awosanya of IUPUI, Kavina Finch of Oakland, Gabriella Parker of Robert Morris, Hannah Faulkner of Wright State, and Nia Gross of Youngstown State round out your top 8 for tomorrow's final in the women's 60-meter high hurdles. It was the preliminaries for the men's and women's 800-meter runs here at day 1 of the 2024 Horizon League Indoor Track and Field Championships, and it was William Hanchowski of Youngstown State putting in the fastest qualifying time of 1 minute 54.75 seconds. Then the next fastest qualifying times to reach tomorrow's final, William Harrell III of Oakland, Harrison Nicewander of Purdue-Fort Wayne, Lucas Pico of Milwaukee, Sage Vavro of Youngstown State, Nate Griepentrog of Milwaukee, and Tobias Jones of Youngstown State, just edging out Terrence Brooks Jr. of Oakland by just over 1/10 of a second to qualify for tomorrow's final. Both those runners rounding out the top 8. As you take a look at 3 Oakland Golden Grizzlies running together to the end of the line here in our heat that was won by William Harrell III. Now on the women's side of things, it was another Oakland runner, Abby Jackson, the fastest qualifier in the women's 800-meter prelims with a time of 2 minutes, 13.98 seconds to bring in the fastest time. Then Annalisa Gee of Milwaukee, Olivia Kennedy of Northern Kentucky, Ashley Quinn of Oakland, Milena Syback of Youngstown State, Ava Deming of Robert Morris, and then Rachel Helm and Aubrey Anderson of Milwaukee round out your top 8 for tomorrow's final. In the preliminaries for the men's 200-meter dash here at day 1 of the 2024 Horizon League Indoor Track and Field Championships, it was dominated by Youngstown State as 5 Penguins will qualify for tomorrow's final, but the fastest qualifier overall, Golden Cotton of Milwaukee, 21.54 seconds, which is 1/100th of a second faster than Luke Laubacher of Youngstown State to get the fastest qualifying time. And then the rest of the top 8, Harry Barton from Youngstown State, 21.68 seconds. Ezra Llewellyn of Purdue-Fort Wayne, 21.74 seconds. Demir Steven Stewart of the Penguins, 22.0 seconds, 0.03 of a second quicker than Nate Lewins, his teammate from Youngstown State. Christian Ford, another Penguin, 22.07 seconds to qualify. And Dane Nelson of Milwaukee will round out your top 8 qualifiers for tomorrow's final here inside the Watson and Tressel training site. And then when we take a look at the women's side of things, it was Jai A. Reed of Purdue Fort Wayne, your fastest qualifier on the women's side, 24.67 seconds, which was 0.02 of a second quicker than Dominique Thomas of Milwaukee. And then you take a look at Erin Starks of Northern Kentucky. She had the 3rd fastest qualifying time of 24.85 seconds. And then the rest of the field rounding it out. Madupe Awosanya of IUPUI, 24.88 seconds. Hannah McDaniel of Robert Morris, 24.99 seconds. Kavina Finch of Oakland, 25.02 seconds. Meredith Goth of Northern Kentucky, 25.04. And then Kennedy Malone of Milwaukee, your last qualifier, 25.29 seconds, which is 1/100th of a second quicker than Sincere Cunningham of Youngstown State, who just misses the final cut with her time being 25.30 seconds. In the 5,000-meter run final on both the men's and the women's sides, we were treated to 2 very action-packed races. First, on the men's side, it was a record-setting performance for Hunter Christopher of Youngstown State as he crossed the line in 14 minutes, 8.97 seconds to set a new Horizon League and a new site record. Congratulations to Hunter Christopher. Andrew Whittinger of IUPUI comes in second. Ryan Meadows rounds out the top 3. And then on the women's side, it was Madison King of Purdue Fort Wayne becoming the first new champion in the last 3 years, taking Morgan Cole off the pedestal. King crosses the line in 16 minutes, 33.14 seconds, followed by her teammate Riley Tate and Morgan Cole of Youngstown State rounding out the top 3. The men's and women's distance medley relay finals at the 2024 Horizon League Indoor Track and Field Championships got off to quite the exciting start as we had a photo finish to the men's portion of the event. Harrison Nicewander of Purdue Fort Wayne just edging out Owen Brady of Youngstown State to win the Mastodons' first ever Horizon League indoor title in the men's distance medley relay. Congratulations to Purdue Fort Wayne. And then on the women's side, it was Milwaukee who had a blistering final leg by Caitlin Keenis to win the event with a time of 12 minutes, 2.90 seconds. The Panthers will repeat as champs with Wright State, Oakland, Purdue Fort Wayne, and Northern Kentucky rounding out the top 5.